random disclaimer.
Every single thing in this video is complete fact! And if you don't like it, you can get out of here!
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I would ask the boy, y'all thought it was winning?
It's SimpTide! It's again! With another video! It's SimpTide! Stand up over here! Stand up over here! Get up! You in the back? Come on! Ooh! Yeah, let's get this party going! Hold on a second. What's this? An outdated reference to a video I made in December of 2022 but uploaded in January of 2023? Hold on. What's the time now? I don't have a watch on! Oh, I missed boss fight month. I fucking missed it, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. Majora, on the shelf. Tell me, should I kill myself?
Yes!
Well, it's settled. I'm gonna end my life.
But you have a debt to pay.
A debt? Really?
Yes! You bought Tears of the Kingdom back when it released, but you never beat it because you were too busy playing Smash Brothers with Does Stuff.
So?
You believe yourself to be the biggest Zelda fan on the Giggity Gamers, right?
What? No, I hate Zelda.
For the love of God! Please!
Your facetiousness will do nothing for you now, SimpTide. You will finish Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, fine. I'll do that, and then I'll kill myself.
Not so fast, buddy.
Oh my god, bro, what?
Look at your channel. The state of it. Your most recent video is a Freddy Fazbear shitpost. Is that what you want your legacy to be? When you die and Bionihero makes a tribute video, he's gonna have to end it with Freddy Faber, and you can't do a damn thing.
Shit, you are correct.
And now, you can rectify both missing boss fight month, not finishing Tears of the Kingdom, and leaving on Freddy Faber by simply ranking Tears of the Kingdom's bosses.
And then I can kill myself.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Fucking thing sucks!
I don't like this boss. If only there was some way I could convey my thoughts in an impactful way that is memorable for the video. Eureka! In this bitch. Yeah. Nobo. Yeah. Give me a second here. This is a diss for you know so. He could be so easy and just chase 3 blows. Whack him with sticks or a mop or a leaf or a mushroom. He's out cold, he's sleeping at the Elder region where he stations legions of his Gohdan and proceeds to feed the meat with evil seasoning. Gamora has to be defeated. Hold up in his office in a rock, ayy. Looking at his marbled rock rose, probably choking on his cap. Then you walk up in it, exquisite atmosphere, I need to get it. I hit it, spin again, and then I hit it, and then he's dead and buried. Takes off with that mask, that barbarian got it from Zelda, he's so stupid, man. Get ready, when I see your fucking face, I feel the need to diss. Go back in time and tell Daru, don't you have no kids? Or however Goron's reproduced, just prevent his existence. Or let fire like leave your ass and backlist off this lizard, bitch. I wish I was in Breath of the Wild again, where I could just choose to never unlock your little sorry ass. Maybe I'll just kill all the other bosses. Hey, Ganondorf, who cares about the story when I gotta kill this ugly bitch? You could throw an apple at him and a touch of fucking debit, chuck a couple mushrooms and he won't know how to manage. He will go down after 3. He didn't need Mario. 3 hits? You got a big old band-aid on there. You is a stupid Goron. SWAT G for M in your species name. I need to wear the fight-proof armor, but your battle ain't no flames. Take the motherfucking vow, disable it for the rest of the game. Make you roll into the abyss. You and me are not the same. You know what, bitch? He is so stupid, it's making me sick. You know what, bitch? He got the worst ability in the shit. You know what, bitch? He is so useless, he isn't worth it. You know what, bitch? How about you jump up on Bubble and Bridge? You know more bitch, you know more bitch. She is so stupid, it's making me sick. You know more bitch, you know more bitch. He got the worst ability in this shit. You know more bitch, you know more bitch. He is so useless, he isn't worth it. You know more bitch, you know more bitch. How about you jump up that motherfucking bridge? Don't let me catch you sneaking back up in this ranking, you know, bro. I'm on your ass, boy.
Wanna see my butthole?
You ever just eaten some curry and then you suddenly have to like go take the nastiest, most diabolical shit of your entire lifetime? Well, clearly one of the fucking enemy designers did, because what the fuck is this? I will say this boss gets points for not dying in 3 hits, but it isn't much better than him, because he's also very easy. When I was looking for footage of this guy, I discovered that people were actually having trouble beating him, which I can't even...
You serious?
But let me break it down for you. So, you know how up until this whole section, you have been given like 50 billion fruits, which clear away sludge that you see all around the landscape? And you know how the boss that you see has sludge all over him, and he's called the Sludge-like? You see how Sidon is with you, and he very lengthily explains to you beforehand that he uses water attacks? Do you see how to beat the boss now?
Well, listen to me, you stupid twat, and I'm being a gentleman by not using another word to describe you. What if we held it like this? Would that help the situation, you fucking idiot? Have you ever seen a
Zelda mini-boss.
I'm being for real, I'm not trying to be a dick about it or anything, but this is like one of the easiest bosses in the game. You would have definitely fought like any likes up until this point. There's a handful of them all over the Great Sky Island, and this boss is definitely one of the easiest of the natural Scourge bosses. I'd also like to say that with no sludge, it looks like this one guy from Total Drama Park KO Island. You guys see this too, right? I'm not going crazy, right? Anywho, this boss definitely does not deserve this long of a segment, so let's just move on.
Don't get blocked.
Light. There's rocks. Players of Tears of the Kingdom might be wondering why they are in the bottom 3, considering they're not like bad, they're pretty inoffensive. Well, my main issue is that it's less of a boss, but more of an enemy. It's likely the first challenge you'll encounter in the game, but aside from that, you're never really gonna have to fight it again. Every encounter with one of these, I think even the first one, can be skipped. But that's not even that bad, since they're so easy to take down. They cycle between 3 phases: grounded, flying, and Q. Your main goal is to use Ultra Hand to take the core out of the main body and just wail on it. The main thing I appreciate is how this boss makes use of all of the hand abilities. Ultra Hand to remove the core, Recall to move a broken block back at it, Ascend to move on top of it, and Fuse to get a powerful item out of its very phallic core. That makes it fun for, I don't know, the first 2 times. After 3, it gets boring, and after 5, it becomes tedious, and after fighting too many damn constructs, I don't want to do it anymore! No more constructs! Please! I don't want to fight the constructs! No!
I'm gonna Phantom Tax. BTS Army.
You're the king? I'm the king! You in what army? Oh, crap!
Alright, some of you might be a little bit confused. Why is a horde of enemies higher than 3 entire boss fights? Well, I have 2 reasons. One being that the enemy design in this game is impeccable. They're fun to fight, but they're also challenging, which keeps the fight moving constantly. The Gibdo phase is annoying, and that's really the lowest point of the whole battle. That's just because Riju keeps fucking moving away! Where are you going? And the fact that the enemies are covered in gloom doesn't exactly help me. It's satisfying in a way that a lot of other bosses aren't, because seeing the enemies knocked down while the health bar depletes is pretty fucking sick, I'm not gonna lie. It's also unskippable. Basically every other boss before this point in the game can be skipped, but if you're looking for the quick speedrun completion, you're fighting the army. My second reason is that you fight every other boss as well! All of them! Mothman, Nutsack, Vibrator, Hard-On, Purple Guy, and the Arms character, all of them. Sure, they lose their unique atmosphere, and you don't have your companion character, but holy fucking shit. If you do your damn stab, kill on these normal enemies, I'm not sure you're fucking expecting this son of a bitch to come out of the earth. What the fuck? It's madness. It's lunacy. It shouldn't even count as a point towards the horde, since the bosses are still just the bosses, but it's awesome. And since it is kind of cheating, I'm not going to really count them. But who fucking cares? Ganon's army. No one's going to care where I put Ganon's army.
Level 3 guy at.
Well, you know what they say. One eye is better than 3 bosses and a horde of enemies. I'm sorry, there's no really good way to introduce this fucking guy. Just put the fucking clip on. It sure is a testament to this game that when by number 16, I'm already thinking these bosses aren't even bad anymore. The Hinoxes are some of the most fun you can have while roaming around, purely because they just kind of pop up anywhere. They're massive, they're aggressive, they sit on you. What more can you ask for? Oh, I don't know, maybe a difficulty increase? Look, if you own arrows, the fight's over before it starts. It doesn't even matter. Chuck a weapon at this guy's eye and break it because the fella is literally wearing some more around his neck.
My new name is Space Guy, ice cream paint job.
This guy thinks he's so tough. Tuck your chain, Hinox. I see you in these streets. It's done. I'm getting my bow. I'm touching a Gibdol bone. It's on sight on God if I catch you, you're done. Even the black Hinoxes only really have one slight change, and that's a bit of leg armor. I don't fucking care, mate. You're not playing hockey. You don't need shin guards. I'm just gonna shoot an arrow at your dick regardless. You can also, at Night or in the Depths, find a skeleton version called a Stalnox. It's slightly different in the fact that it's a smidge easier, and you get a really good fusion item, which makes no sense. A Hinox and a Stalnox have the same bone structure. How does it gain a new horn upon dying? Who cares anyway? It's a damn one-eyed monster. And if I see you, it's on sight too, Stalnox. Don't think I ain't seen.
I'ma eat bombs.
I have a love-hate relationship with the depths in this game.
What the fuck is that?
Say you're me. You've put the depths off for too long and you decide you gotta go down, dip in a chasm, and have a little peek. You see one that's right next to a shrine, you go down, activate the light route, and you're just on the prowl, searching around. It's pretty dark down there. You hear a noise. Now, you probably just expect it to be a construct. You know, there are constructs in the sky, there's probably something of the lot down here. And then you remember, constructs don't move until you get close to them. And then you turn around, and there's an eye, and a health bar appears at the top of your screen. Obsidian Frox. And you start to run into the abyssal black before you, but suddenly you're being pulled backwards, and as you turn around you stare into the eye of the beast, and all goes silent. And then you come back with some bomb flowers. You sly Frox. Nintendo, you found a way to put one of my favorite enemies into Breath of the Wild without actually making it them. See, I've always wanted Dodongos in the new Zelda games, and my prayers have been answered, sort of. The Froxes are the Dodongos what... Pardon my language, because I'm about to use a Yokai Watch reference, so everyone keep your head down for this one. It's what Ultimate Rabonyan is to Jibanyan. Overall, it's an improvement on the base formula, but it's distant in execution enough to be considered its own threat. At the end of the day, they're just big old lizards you chuck bombs into and hit when they're down. There are 3 types of Froxes. The normal version, which can be found pretty frequently in the depths. These ones, they're not really big challenges, they're pretty weak. Just hit the big old fucking rock tumors on its back until it dies. If you need easy Zoanite, just farm Froxes. The Frox that I found, my first Frox, the Obsidian Frox, is a bigger, badder, and blacker entity, found in the deepest parts of the depths. The second Frox I ever encountered was definitely the scariest. While searching the Heber region, I was trying to get some easy loot, and I discovered a bigger, even tougher version of the Obsidian Frox, the Blue-White Frox. Or as I call it, the BFWB, the big fat white bastard. I died to this thing too many times. They aren't terribly common, I've never even seen one again, but, you know, still, pretty hard. Overall, Froxes are a chore to defeat, but the satisfaction of beating one is pretty sick. And if I ever see another BFWB, let me tell you it's on sight if we see it! Worm. Of all the recurring Zelda desert tropes, one of my favourite ones has to be the giant worm. back in Wind Waker, it was one of my favorite bosses in the game. You can find this trope anywhere, really. A big wormy motherfucker rising from the sand of the sea is always going to give me a big old smile on my face. Something to remember about these enemies is that in Zelda they always have mold in the name, be it the twin mold, Volkera, or Moldor. Worm and sand enemies always have that one defining trait, and they always fight hard. So when I was exploring the Gerudo Desert, and a Molduga health bar appeared on my screen, I knew I was in for a good time. And so I turn around to see the fucking beast, and why does it look like that? Look, I would have wanted the giant floating worm, or the segmented worm. I would have even taken that scorpion that no one likes, but we got this. It is ugly. I do not think this is well designed. I wrote something in my script which is extremely heinous, which I don't want to say, but it definitely looks like what I described it as there. I would like a redo. It's made worse because later in the game, or earlier in the game, depending on which way you go, there is a direct reference to that Wind Waker worm, and it's fucking awesome. I do really enjoy battling Moldugas, because you can just bamboozle them with items, and you can beat them in a multitude of ways. But really, Nintendo? Really? Oh well. I guess it's more enjoyable to wail on than the last batch of entries. Let's move on, shall we? Fucking beady eye little piece of shit. Here we have Marakia, a reference to Turtle Rock, Trinex, and Volvagia, which are literally three of some of my favorite Zelda bosses, purely out of creativity. But there is a problem. It dies in only 3 hits, and the reason it dies in 3 hits is because you hit it with him. No, not again. Not again, you sick bastard, not again.
Bitch, I'm SimpTide. Don't you try me with Marakia. Beat your ass before and I can smack the Gohdan out of ya. Can have a good time and throw a bomb at the dragon. Bitch, I'm saucy. Bitch, I'm swaggin'. GMC, I'm swaggin' on a dragon. Bitch, I feel like dirt, I'm lagging. When you explode, all its heads goes down in 3. What you say is the Noble curse is here in Bitch, I have sex with a lot of high women. Your fist is all the place you getting. Fuck you, Noble, you alone. No, you ain't gonna probe that bone on. Bitch, I run high rule. In terms of strength, I rule. Rubies 50 and above, you like Ja Rule. My net look like Nairo. Letters on my mask, blue. Tell me, bitch, why you built like Horton? Here's a clue. I really hate you, and I'm super awesome. Frick you. I don't wanna hear from you when you think I hit on you. Your voice goes on the Scooby-Doo. Your voice goes on the dude. Bitch, I pull up and I shoot. Bitch, I ball like a hoop. Bitch, I'm rotten like a tooth. Hey. Hit it from the back like I'm fucking your girlfriend. Glock with a big needle like a circuit. Red dot, I mean on your nose like a circus. Bitch, you know that I'm SimpTide. With the sages I ride. Feel like I'm just hero cause I'm eating real good tonight. Fuck your bitch like Ice Spice. Fuck your bitch like Drizzy Drake. Drizzy SimpTide. Knock you out night. Yes, I really am Zelda King. Yes, I am the next big thing. Shoot you in your dick with my blick. In your ding-a-ling. Bitch, I'm so swag. Bitch, I'm so swag. Fuck you, Noble. Fuck you, Noble. Fuck you, Noble. Bitch, I'm so swag. Now you make this fight so bland. So fuck you, Noble. Fuck you, Noble. Swag. 2024, bitch. Fuck you, swag. Swag.
She is my rock.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about the talismans. Taluses. Tal-I. What is the plural for talus? I'm gonna assume it's just talus, like how a group of moose are just called moose. What's a group of talus called? A sediment? A deposit of Talus. That sounds good. Talus have been a frequent enemy since Breath of the Wild. They come in 5 variations: Normal, Luminous, Igneo, Frost, and Battle. That list is also my order from least to most favorite. Talus just get more fun the more you play the game. Whenever I'm bored of venturing in the depths or trying to get up to that fucking Gleeok, I just go to Talus and beat it. On pure fun, this battle secretes it, like heroes secrete sweat while walking around to dog shells. Damn it. Be it powering up with Sidon and putting out the Igneo Talus' flames or launching time bombs at the deposit on its head, there's a litany of fun ways to kill this thing. And what's more, the loot is phenomenal. Take all their damn gemstones and sell them back at a higher price. It is really easy to farm. I don't have a single bad thing to say about these guys. I mean, they're not, like, good enough to be in the top 10, but, like, still, pretty darn good. Thank you, Mr. Talus.
What's 10?
Yup, I'm gonna raw dog this, but couldn't think of a good way to preface this one. How can I? This boss really kind of speaks for itself. Something I'm sure you've seen over the course of this list is that I prioritize experience. The experience of wandering a field, seeing some purple hands come out of the earth, chase you down, grab you, torture you, and then eventually killing them. And then watching Phantom Ganon appear is pretty fucking sick. But beyond that, there's not a lot of substance. The hands are tougher to deal with than PG himself, and the stuff he drops isn't great. The Gloom weapons are strong, but since the strongest enemies are underground, there's not much use to them, since they sap your life away without the presence of light. The Dark Clumps can help, but would you rather seek out and kill a multitude of Phantom Ganons, or just dip down to a Colosseum and kill a few Bokoblins for a piece of armor that does the same thing? And hey, if it was just these battles, PG would definitely be on a lower end of the list, but once you find Zelda and Hyrule Castle, it all clicks. Phantom Ganon is the main antagonist of the damn game, up until the point you fight him. When Zelda returns the sanctum of the castle to how it was when you first fucking got there, ages ago, yeah, it all starts to click. And then she transforms into Phantom Ganon, and it all starts to click. But even then, I didn't really care about it, until I realized Yunobo's mask was given to him by Princess Zelda, therefore by Phantom Ganon. And at that point, oh yeah, it all starts to click. This fight takes 2 phases, which are basically the same. You beat up the Ganons after they split into 5 different versions. Unlike previous fights against similar enemies from older games, you have to actually take down all 5. Since you do it twice, you have to kill 10 Ganons in total. It's fun during the second phase, but it's a bit tedious in the first. The champions all have to fight Plan and Ganon, but since I always turn off Yunobo, I basically had to fight 2 Ganons. It was a cycle where I would just freeze one Ganon and attack the other one with my sword and vice versa. Overall, it's worth the wait to fight these specific ones, but the ones that you find roaming around, there's not much point to them, so I didn't really enjoy it. Also, there is one in the Great Deku Tree, but who the fuck cares, man? Literally, not one person cares. You don't even. It's literally nothing. Literally no fucking point. Just get the Master Sword when you go down to fight Ganon. Don't bother even fighting the one.
Dragon.
Water. Earth. Fire. Thunder. No water. Fuck, this joke is going nowhere. For the most part, I played Tears of the Kingdom blind, so imagine my surprise when I'm just walking around and I see a fucking dirty great Hydra standing right there! Gleeok makes his grand return from where we last saw him back in Phantom Hourglass, and he has brought company. Gleeoks are the most rare overworld boss, only a handful scattered around the place, 9 in total I think. They're each different elements, with the Flame Gleeok summoning fireballs, the Frost Gleeok sporting icicles, and the Thunder Gleeok fucking doing whatever the fuck this is! Gleeoks can be a real pain in the bum sometimes, so it's really good to fight them because the rush you get once you finally beat that big flying stupid feels great, and you get really good loot from it, like surprisingly good loot. Like, first of all, the Gleeok wings have the same effect as Keese wings, making your arrows fly further, And then you get really amazing horns, which are basically just like Lizalfo's horns, but way, way better. There is, however, a fourth variant of Gleeok, the King Gleeok, which is only found twice in the sky and once in the depths. The King Gleeok might be one of the hardest bosses in the whole game. If you ever think you're ready to fight a King Gleeok, let me tell you something. You are not ready to fight a King Gleeok. Gleeoks are amazing because once you beat them, you feel like you've actually done something in the game. When you kill a Talus, you're like, yeah, that's fun, but like, you know, it's a Talus. That shit was harmless. King Gleeoks and normal versions are extremely well-designed bosses that most video games would kill for to have at the end of a dungeon or something. But in this game, you just find them out in the open, which is why I can't rank them any higher, because, you know, they're just mini-bosses. There isn't any sense of grandioseness at the end of a dungeon that you feel when you're fighting one of these Gleeoks out in the field. So Gleeok better run like a rebop, because you're just 3 ops getting killed with the 3-bomb. You know what? This fire temple, it's been fun. I'll turn on the volume for this cutscene. Yunobo, talk to me.
Where's Zelda?
Is that your voice, pal? No, get this shit out of here. We're doing another diss track.
Yunobo is the grandson of Dalbrook, one of the champions of Hyrule the century before, and inherited his protective ability, which was used. Okay, look, I don't know anything about Legend of Zelda. I played Breath of the Wild, and I
Bro,
really
start the damn track, bro.
I tell you.
Yunobo, you piece of shit, why'd you ruin this boss? You beat it way easier without you, it's your loss. You're cutting it too close with me, Yunobo, I'll get your rocks off when I pull up with my boulder breaker and knock your block off. Oh, think you're tough rolling up, boy, hell no. Let you blow like pill, give you hell, bro. That bar was a reference to One Piece.
Are you flipping kidding me?
This is punchline. You aren't leaving this diss in One Piece. See my homegirl Riju, she can summon up some lightning. See the water coat my body, protects me, that's where it's sighted. Now, thank my homie Tulin, I can leave off Sky Islands. You can't kill a blue buck goblin when you're fighting. And all the other areas have better bosses than yours. They ain't even been mentioned on the list, since all your bosses are poor, and all your people are poor, and all your people are poor, and you're morally quite poor. Kick you out the door.
Bro has his rare circle cheeks, like he can chew, but like Betty bits more than he can chew. He tries to pull off that not just Prince hairstyle, but even if he tried, he's certainly no guile. Oh, what's this? Yunobo, you start your own company. Don Jr. will come over and put it all to jeopardy. He wants to have a good reputation. That Yunobo, you're better off with that flesh eating.
Holy shit. He went in. Dang, I'm gonna step up my game if I'm gonna try and do more music shit. Oh yeah, Marble Goma. Pretty alright. Yep, pretty alright. Alright, next segment.
7.
Okay, a lot of people aren't gonna be happy with me about this one.
Well, at least we know where the princess is. But where's the
Okay, look, I've said I liked spectacle. Whole time I've said I liked spectacle. This boss has so much spectacle, and yet it's number 7. Number 7's a high number. No one gets mad when a music critic gives an album a 7 out of 10. Why would people be disappointed in me? It's ranked higher than one of the dungeon bosses, man. It's a good boss. It's just underwhelming. Personally, I would have no qualms with this fight if it just didn't exist. The final fight with Ganondorf before this is astonishing, and it is amazing. And this boss is astonishing, but repetitive. it's the same thing. It doesn't add any new difficulty to change how easy it is. So, you know, you're just basically doing the same thing. It's really cool, but you're never gonna die to it, so what's the point of having it? It's more like a setup to what is possibly one of the greatest ending cutscenes in any video game that I have ever played, where Link catches Zelda echoing the start of the game. Beautiful, beautiful cutscene. Amazing. Amazing. Music, perfect. Cinematography, perfect. Voice acting, perfect. And then this boss is just kind of there. Nothing against it, but for a final boss, I expected a bit more. It's still pretty fun though, so, you know, can't complain there.
Kill your motherfucking self, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta listen to me here. This boss is actually insane. I do not mean the way of insane as in like,
Oh, so quirky. It's a quirky little boss with quirky little quirks, quirk.
no! This boss is crazy! Master Koga is just a fucking crazy fella. What other boss fight in this game has you actually fighting the Zonai devices that you have been programmed in your brain to know how to use? Except for one, which we haven't mentioned yet, but we'll get to that. Master Koga goes absolutely flippin' silly mode in this fight. He rides around in this stupid looking car, hitting you with this big old basher on the front, and then whenever he gets hit, a couple Yiga soldiers come down and assist him. And the worst part about it is, well, it's pretty easy. There's nothing really you can do here. I mean, you can pilot his car. If you get auto build right before the fight, you can like save a picture of it or something, but it just disappears. But what if I told you there was more? Yeah, no, your eyes don't deceive you. Master Koga is currently flying around in a plane, launching shit at you, and currently styling on you with the fucking most fashionable Yiga drip you've ever seen in your lifetime. But what if I told you there's more? Once again, the trickery your eyes seem to be playing on you is not entirely true, because Master Koga and two of his henchmen are currently driving around in the silliest little contraption that you've ever seen, with batteries that seemingly never deplete and infinitely respawning rafts. What? And what if I told you? Yeah, okay, if that doesn't convince you Master Koga is one of the fucking coolest characters in all of fiction, then I don't know what will. But, bro, look at this! You're fighting him in a mech! What is this? What is the entire point of this? You've never even seen one of these up until the point you fight him. I mean, he is optional. So you might have seen one of these until the point you fight him, but never mind. Look, all I want to say is that the difficulty increase between that shitty little doohickey he was riding before to this thingy is absolutely absurd. I think I died to this more than 90% of the bosses in this game. That difficulty increase is also another one of my problems. This boss just goes from 0 to 100 like very fast, and it's so abrupt. But I think my favorite thing about this is, he fell down to the depths last game. So let's make him go in the fucking sky this time, yeah!
Holy fuck, Stewie, I'm shitting.
When you stick with a series for as long as I've stuck with Zelda, things rarely surprise you. But if a very advanced civilization of fish people, who are trained military style, are being plagued by the greatest foe they've ever faced, I'm expecting... Well, I'm just not expecting this.
Bro, what is it with these water bosses and just covering the whole place in feces, bruh? I know Sidon did not bag the baddest fish in the world to put up with all of this, man. Macaro is just too funny, man. Look at him. Look at him. It's too funny. Look at this guy. Built like a scrote, float like a boat. It's one of the very rare times that I'd encourage using Sidon for a boss, which makes sense because this is the dungeon you're meant to use him for, but his water makes it really easy to clear away the sludge. And I think that makes him probably the most useful character for their respective boss and like the whole thing. Because Yunobo is fucking worthless. Yeah, Yunobo. Yeah, Yunobo. You want the fucking smoke? You wanna? You wanna? Being the first boss that I fought overall, and probably a lot of people's first, this shit absolutely murked it. No matter what point in the game, you're gonna be able to have a great time, you're gonna have a great fun time, and you're gonna be prepared enough to fight and beat him. I mean, we all love a boss that challenges, and there are plenty of those, but this little guy, he's just such a little silly fella, man. Like for the King Gleeok, you know, the King Gleeok's kind of like that one friend you have to set aside time to go see, because you kind of talk about some heavy stuff, you know, but when you see him, you appreciate the experience, even if you don't enjoy the whole time. Macaro, you call this guy, he's like at a funeral, he'll show the fuck up, bro. He will pull out all the stops, because he's a vibe. Chuck some splash root at his feces and watch him shrivel up. He is a shark. You've seen it in the footage, but I forgot to mention that he does turn into the shark for majority of the fight. The designers were off the henny for this one, I can't even lie.
Find him a female bug. Yeah.
You know how I said Macaro is a pretty fun and easy dungeon boss? This boss, right here, probably gave me the most stress-induced 7 minutes of my entire lifetime. The Sand Temple. A highlight of the game, really, being reminiscent of the Spirit Temple from Ocarina, even though there's also a Spirit Temple in this game, which isn't really a temple, it's just kind of a boss, and 4 other Who cares? Who cares? With Riju, the new queen of the Gerudo, you saved the Gerudo village from an onslaught of zombies. Yeah, they Scooby-Dooby-Dooed this one. You have to fight a bunch of moth zombies using Riju's lightning powers. And this is basically the queen of the zombie molt larva hive mind, I guess. They come out of sand mushrooms, and they're weak to the magical elements. So you don't actually need to use Riju, you can just use like dazzle fruits or shock fruits or something. She gives you a little taste of her power before you even go inside the dungeon, which is something that has been done before in Zelda games, but never really quite to this extent, because this one is actually fun. The bosses that you usually fight before you go in dungeons like turtles, and we already had the turtle rock thing before. So she isn't very difficult in the initial fight. I was a bit disappointed by her, honestly, and I wasn't really excited to fight her at the end. Little did I know that this boss would break my soul. I spent so long trying to figure out how to dodge all of her shit that she spews at you. First of all, you have to be dodging all the zombies that are running around in the second phase and getting into the light so they can't harm you. But if she hits you with the sand or the tornadoes or literally anything else, then you're basically fucked. And my main issue is that Riju doesn't know when or where to do anything in this game. She just keeps going places, running away, and it's like, I need you to shoot the boss battle, bruh. Despite being an epic Zelda gamer, I just struggled too much of this boss. And then, looking back, kind of realized I missed it, because I fought the fucking Yunobo one after this. So maybe I really just wanted another hard boss. You just have to destroy the hives to unleash the light, and you can refract it with mirrors attached to shields. Again, much like some other dungeons, like the Spirit Temple, and even Majora's Mask. One of my favorite parts of that game was actually destroying legions of bows, bro, by refracting light with the mirror shield. And you probably think this makes it a bit easy. Queenie Weenie never fucking lands where you want her to! So she'll probably dip behind a legion of zombies that you need to deal with before her. Honestly, the feeling of defeating this boss after
far too long of trying, was one of the best moments in this game, and a perfect end to the desert section.
Nigga, go boxing ring.
It seems that after all those disappointing Flux bosses, they took some constructive criticism. Get it? Constructive! Do you get it?
You serious?
Mineru's questline, while short, is very fun, and the boss fight that ends it is no different. In terms of pure fun, this boss would probably be the #1 spot. I mean, it's rare to see a temple boss with so many different and exciting ways to defeat it. You pilot Mineru's construct in order to fight this massive guy, echoing Punch-Out, or even that fucking weird-ass bitch from Deltoid Room. You attach 3 things to Mineru, 1 on her back and 2 on each arm. Me, who would stockpile fucking archives of Zonai paraphernalia, gave myself flamethrowers, cannons, all manner of shit. It also happens to have 20,000 HP. Yeah. In order to defeat it, you have to knock it down into the arena's border, shocking it and dealing big damage. And yes, it is probably possible to kill this thing without using the mech, but that's only if you have enough arrows to deal with this! This second phase is stupid. Absolute buffoonery. Echoing Goloktos, it sprouts a bunch of arms, and then proceeds to become an automatic flying murder. Did someone say murder drone? This part gave me a little more trouble, because man, this shit is nuts. And not only does it have the fans, it has cannons mounted on it. And as it so happens, this contract was for Mineru herself to pilot. Bitch, what are you doing to this little robot? Move your soul into that! This fight is made trivial by the use of cannons, and that's really the main bad thing about it. Although, you know me, experience over difficulty! It doesn't really get quite as cool as piloting a mech with the spirit of an ancient mechanic imbued into its fiber, wielding flamethrowers, metal spikes, cannons, lasers, battling a flying murderous machine with an arsenal of weapons that will make any Louisiana man cry tears of joy. Absolute bliss.
Ah, Flip, I don't know what sound effect to put here.
Well, all the people who've played through the Wind Temple, you're definitely wondering why and how a certain boss has yet to be mentioned. And you can keep wondering! The evil king of darkness, the great king of hate, the Triforce of power himself, has made it to #2. And I'll be real, it was tough. Between this boss and the #1 boss, it is virtually down to the wire. I only ranked Ganon lower because I didn't include the Demon Dragon as part of the fight, but let's be real, that is pretty much in a separate boss entirely. This is peak. I mean, clearly not peak, but peak nonetheless. This man has done so much heinous shit, created the gloom, created the darkness, created a thing that created Yunobo, so how could it not be satisfying to kick him in the booty cheeks? Much like the dynamic in Ocarina of Time, the Phantom Ganon fights are basically just light versions of this fight. And this fight kicks ass. He uses all the Ganon-adjacent fight plays, the precise swords attacks of the Twilight Princess Ganon is check, the summoning of a big black crushing weapon to destroy you like Girahim did in Skyward Sword, check, being hot, ooh, check. And the first phase, I could handle. But the second phase, bullshit. I mean, 4 Phantoms? Really? Even without the Phantoms, this guy's a beast. Not that kind of beast. He's relentless. He will put the pressure on you hard. To the point where he dodges flurry rushes. The main strat I always use to bosses is to just shoot an arrow at his head. He ain't even flinch. And then he becomes a dragon. If eating rocks does this shit to you, I should be invincible. I mean, seriously. It's super fun, but it's difficult. A rare balance. And the music. Ooh, I'm buttercup. Also, funnily enough, this is Ganon's most recent redesign in a mainline game in 17 years. This man dipped, made some hits, became a globulous mass surrounding a castle, and then became decayed, and then became sexer. Godspeed, Ganon. Should have been planning, because I just pulled up in a construct with cannons. For me, the Rito section was the best part of the whole game. Best save, best atmosphere, and best boss. Now, I did the water temple first, and the natural phenomena there was, to put it lightly, not super exciting. After clearing out sludge upon sludge, I found the culprit to be a scrotum. And if a scrotum rides a shark, it's still a scrotum. So when I got to the Rito lands and discovered a huge blizzard connected to a flying ship, I was ready to discover yet another little dubious thing. In Breath of the Wild, all the bosses followed a formula, so I was expecting little more than a larger than normal overworld enemy. I am not kidding, I expected it to just be a really big keese. Needless to say, when I activated the locks and saw a giant pit open in the middle of the stage and a massive crystalline Wind Waker reference rise from it, I was pretty excited. Yeah. This boss only takes 6 hits to beat. I know. The only difference between the best and the worst boss on this list is approximately 3 hits, but let me cook for a little bit. Tears of the Kingdom is a game all about personal experience. And my personal experience with this boss is that it was one of the most fun moments I had playing a video game the entirety of last year. The entirety! Literally, I only had 7 arrows in my inventory, only a Boko bow, began the fight, and I won 2 tries later. That was such amazing fun, because once I ran out of arrows, what did I do? I just jumped into it. It was beautiful. I love Zelda.
Really, nigga?
I think you can tell from this video that I love Zelda, and I love when Zelda does this silly thing where it just references itself. Kolgara. Its name is Kolgara. That is the exact same as Molgara. This is beautiful. I love this. Listen. As someone who's been yapping on stuff about Spectacle the entirety of the list, imagine how I felt when this thing started rising out of the ship. It just made me feel like everything was right with this game. I wasn't really feeling it up until this point, but now I felt like Shulk. I was really feeling it. One thing people don't really speak on in Tears of the Kingdom is bow combat. It's very clean, and it shows the dedication put into this game. In all aspects, using a bow in the air makes you feel like the main character. Partly because you are, but also because it is extremely satisfying, and this whole boss is based around this system. And even if you don't have any arrows, you could just dive bomb through it to kill it. Through it! That's epic! And the music. Oh my goodness, the music. Oh lordy lord. This one was a heater, bro. These motherfuckers knew what they were doing in the composing room, bro.
The Wind Waker gulp, and they started doing Dragon Roost Island!
I might have nutted a little bit when I heard this shit, bro. This might be the most perfect spectacle boss in all of Zelda. Everything, setting, music, design, battle, perfect. And that, my friends, is the end of the Tears of the Kingdom boss ranking.
Okay, you can kill yourself now.
Gnarly.
Dum 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 dum, boom 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 boom, boom boom boom. I wanna say I love you. I wanna say I love you too. Thank you for loving Lil B. Thank you for supporting me.
Thanks for watching.